People are worried because, South Africa is a third world country, and a lot of companies might not be able to continue after the COVID virus pandemic is over. So there are job losses that people are anxious about. And, a lot of people don't know what they're going to do. It's a third world country. There are people that live on day-to-day basis.
Well, Sonia, you mentioned the government's response, a stark contrast to what we saw in the early 2000s during the HIV/AIDS crisis as it hit South Africa. I did humanitarian work in Cape Town, spent time there working with a charity that helps children and families, and to see now the difference and the lessons learned as a pharmacist, as someone on the medical front lines, does that comfort you to know that the many lives lost during the height of the crisis of HIV and AIDS, that we've learned lessons, great lessons this time around?
They have learned a lot, with the HIV cases, and but it's, the government cannot cater to everybody 100%. Unlike the Western world where they can cater to their citizen 100%. So there will be a few areas that will be missing and lacking, but the government is doing something about it, and they are being open about what they're trying to do. But of course, they can't cater to everybody, but they are trying.
You have what is described as an essential job as a pharmacist. How are you impacted with taking care of your family financially? Do you still earn a paycheck? And how do you balance, obviously, being considered an essential worker, someone people rely upon to go to work every day, even in spite of your fears for yourself and your husband and your child?
So I'm fortunate to work for a company where they do look after the employees. Everybody gets sanitized when they come in to the main gates. Everybody gets the temperature checked. And there is sanitization inside in all essential areas, in the canteens, in the reception areas, everywhere there is sanitization. But still, you never know, anything can happen, even with the PPE. It does help, but anything can happen. You do fear, especially my baby's life, but I still need to earn a living, and I'm still getting a full salary. I thank God for that.
As a pharmacist, I'm sure people come to you and say, what should I take? What do I take? And here in the States, we've had to deal with stories of misinformation, people being told what they should take, and those remedies, or in some cases hoaxes, things that could cost someone's life, or just wrong information, whether it's an online company or even a world leader who says it. In South Africa, how have you had to deal with people coming in believing myths about what can help them?
I mean, of course, initially when the first cases were announced in South Africa, people did panic. You see, they had already seen what was happening in other countries. So people had panic. If this disease could bring these big nations to their knees, what can happen in Africa? So they really did panic, and there were a lot of misinformation of what other drugs that have been proven, as the rumors went circulated, that it could help with the virus. Of course, people did go and request these medications from the pharmacies. Besides that, people have been buying, before we went into lockdown, a lot of people bought a lot of cold medication, pain medication, fever medication in bulks, just in case they needed it.
Well, the reaction, again, is teaching us so much from the past mistakes and what's needed for people to feel safe when our governments are open, and also we're able to receive accurate information. Well, thank you for all that you're doing. Sending my love to your family. I know your husband was attending his father's funeral and ended up being stuck apart from you, but hopefully you'll be reunited soon, and we wish you nothing but the best. Thank you so much, Sonia.
Thank you.